I'm Rick Weber, Director of the Ascension Parish, Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. This is the update, the Parish press conference from the Unified Command of Ascension Parish Government. Minimal changes to the information on Tropical Storm Barry, other than the fact that it's been upgraded to a Category 1 hurricane. But the specifics of it, the wind, the rain rate has remained basically the same. We're still looking at 2 cascading events: the initial flash flooding and then the riverine flooding following that 24 to 48 hours later. This system is a little bit drier on the north end, but it still looks like it's pulling in moisture in behind it from the Gulf. So we're still keeping every emergency protective action in place. Nothing is changing in terms of our response for the next 24 to 48 hours. Some predictions are looking like it's going to be a reduced rain rate. And if that's the case, the river gauges will be adjusted within the next 24 hours. They usually follow 24 hours after we get these predictions that come in. So the river gauges that impact us most are going to be Amite River at Port Vincent, Amite River at Bayou Manchac. Continue to monitor those. Because of the reduced rain rate predictions, it may be a lower level. You won't be seeing that for another 24 to 48 hours. But again, a cascading event. Once it pulls this moisture in from the Gulf, we're looking at isolated flash flooding in areas that we normally see that in. 24 to 48 hours later, depending on the impact and the rain that falls in the Amite River Basin, we will have some level of backwater flooding along our inland waterways. Our shelter is open right now. Currently, we have 7 residents in the shelter. Power outages throughout the parish. Energy has 2,680 customers that are without power. Demco has 70 customers without power. Had some minor road closures overnight due to falling trees over the roadways. That's been cleared. All of our roads and infrastructure are open at this time. No reports of injuries, no reports of fatalities. And what we want all residents in Ascension Parish to do is remain vigilant, follow all instructions from first responding agencies, follow all protective action statements, and make sure that you have a plan to take care of you and your family and remain safe. I'll be followed by Sheriff Bobby Weber.
Thank you, Rick. Sheriff Bobby Weber, and good morning to you. If you were like I this morning, when you woke up, you was wondering where the rain was. I certainly was. You know, you follow the best predictions that the experts will give us. But I will say this, I just don't want our Ascension Parish residents to be lulled into a false sense of security. The rain is coming, and it's possible that we won't get the inches of rain that was predicted yesterday, and that's a good thing. You know, I've been telling everybody, every hour that we go without rain, that's better for us. That rain that's east of us in Mississippi, I thought that would probably be up on us. And I want to thank the Ascension Parish residents. If you looked around Ascension Parish today, there were very few cars on the road. So you took our advice and you stayed off the road. We will ask you to remain off the road. If you walked outside right now, you will start feeling the tropical storm gust. And I think the rain is right behind it. There's a great potential that we'll have some flash flooding later today. Probably within the next couple hours, we'll start seeing more rain. That's my prediction. But I want you to know the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office is ready. Our fire service is ready. All of our first responders are working jointly together. We have our high water vehicles positioned. We have a lot of watercraft positioned. And we'll get through this thing. It just may be delayed somewhat. It's one of the predictions was that maybe these crest of these rivers will fall. That's a good sign, but we must be vigilant as we move into the next couple of days. The things I worry about today are the things we've been talking about for the last 3 days now. We knew there would be wind. We knew there would be trees down. And in fact, there's probably been 3 or 4 large trees that fell over our roadways since this storm started, and they have all been cleared. So as of right now, we do not have any road closures. We knew that once those trees fell, they would have some power outages, and that's exactly what happens because that's what we're used to. So both Energy and Demco has some customers without power, and we don't know when that power will be restored. That includes portions of the Ascension Parish Jail, but we are ready for that. If you see barricades, don't go around them, please. If you need shelter, the shelter is open. Just want to remind everybody that even though it's delayed, I was ready for it this morning, but I think we'll get it later today and probably well into Sunday. And then we'll see what happens after that. But all of our emergency services are ready. Our Emergency Operations Center at District 2, it's operational. We have staffed up. We doubled our patrol shift. Our dispatch center is fully staffed. So we're ready to go. And as we stand in here today, we can hear the gust outside the window, and I know rain will be following. So thank you, and I'd like to turn it over to the chairwoman of the Ascension Parish Council, Ms. Terry Cazzo.
Thank you very much, Sheriff. Thank you all. I want to thank everyone on behalf of Ascension Parish government for the tremendous work that they're doing. Director Weber, Sheriff Weber, Chief Jackson, Mayor Sullivan, Mayor Arsenault, everyone is doing all they can do to prepare our citizens for what we hope will be a lesser challenging event than we thought it would be yesterday. At this time, I'd like to brief you a little bit on what's happening in our DPW department. I want to let you know that Ron Saville, our director of DPW, is present. Well, we'll be happy to take any questions you might have following this event. Marvin Bro, our pumping station, is manned and has been since Wednesday. It's pumped down to safe levels. Sorrento pump station is manned and has been also since Wednesday. We are holding at safe elevations there. Henderson Bayou pumping station was activated last night. The floodgates are closed. The station is manned and it will be pumped as needed. All portable pumps are currently manned and will be throughout this event. That includes Buxton Subdivision, Southwood Subdivision, Astroland Subdivision, and the Sorrento Levee. Where debris removal is concerned, cut and push crews are active. They are responding as issues come in. As the sheriff mentioned, we've had a couple of trees down. Those things have been taken care of promptly. It will cause some power outages, and we will deal with the appropriate electrical authorities around those. Sandbagging operations are still ongoing at Lamar-Dixon. Those sites are being monitored throughout the parish and being filled as needed. The power outage on the West Bank is certainly current, and Entergy will respond to that at the appropriate time. Of course, they are limited by the wind conditions. The parish is working on all critical infrastructure. Generators are running that can and should, and so we are, from the parish's perspective, doing what must be done and collaborating with the director of OEP, the sheriff's office, and the representatives of the city. Chief, are you going to follow me? Or it's Mayor Arsenault? Mayor Arsenault will be following me, and I want to thank all the citizens of Ascension for your patience in this regard, but particularly for your cooperation. Everyone is doing a great job of following direction. The last caution I would have for you is please, please do not underestimate what may happen here. Continue your vigilance, be cautious, and do not drive around barricades or into standing water. That is the place where we might have the most risk for loss of life. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you, Terry. Good morning, everybody. I'm Mayor Arsenault, Chief Jackson from the city of Gonzales. The good news is that we'd like to report that right now everything is in pretty good shape. As you all know, excuse me, as the sheriff said earlier, we thought we'd wake up this morning and see a lot of rain. We have not seen that. But let's stay vigilant, folks. We do know that the rain is coming. It'll be later this afternoon, but don't let your guard down. But again, the good news for us right now is that all roads are open. We had several limbs that came down. That was removed early this morning. So again, all roads are open. We just instituted and started back the sandbag operations. We will have some on the ground very shortly. We've got probably 500 to 1,000 now. If you would want to come out, we ask you to come out now. Because later this afternoon, here again, we'd ask you to stay off the road. You've all been doing a very good job. We appreciate everything. I know the police department appreciates you listening to the instructions. So let's work with each other. Let's continue to do what we can to back each other up and support each other. With that said, I'd like to bring on now Mayor Sullivan from Donsonville.
Thank you. Good morning. And again, it's a pleasure to be here to be able to talk to the citizens of Donaldsonville and Ascension Parish to let them know that we are still focused on making sure that everyone in Ascension Parish is safe. As everyone is talking about, the predictions now are less rainfall, but I want to caution everyone that it's still just a prediction. Still keep your guards up. Continue to prepare like as if the rainfall would be like originally projected, And if we have less rain, then we all can sit back and be happy that we were able to make it through, but that we were very much prepared in order to make it through this storm. It's my understanding that Barry is now a Category 1 hurricane, so let's keep our guards up. Let's continue to work together. We have some trees that are down in Ascension Parish and the city of Donaldsonville, but I'm happy to report that by the time I got out to a tree being down, the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office was there, ready to cut the tree and clear the road. So we're working very good together, and I just appreciate the help that we're getting from the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office and the Parish of Ascension as a whole. Again, let's stay off the roads. If you need any sandbags, there's sand and empty bags at the pavilion on Tebow Drive. You need to bring your own shovel to fill those bags. If an elderly person needs sandbags still, even at this time, call 225-806-8215, and we will assist in getting the sandbags to the elderly or those with special needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Sullivan. Mike Lambert, Town of Sorrento. Last night, we had a very quiet night in Sorrento. This morning, we had crews do a rapid assessment. We found several branches and tree limbs and streets. They have been removed. Our water and sewer systems are working without problem. Excuse me. We do have sand and sandbag available at the City Hall. Please bring your shovels. We also have 3 locations in Sorrento that has sand and loose bags. That is at Caitlin Crossing and Frank Drive, at the end of Oak Street, and at Robert Street near the Lions Club. We do have sand and loose sandbags available. Again, please bring your shovels to fill for those areas. Also, in conjunction with the Ascension Drainage District, we moved in a 24-inch supplemental pump to the Sorrento pumping stations in case we do have problems. At this time yesterday, I was very concerned that we may have had somewhat of a repeat of 2016. I'm a little bit at ease this morning after reviewing the weather forecast. But again, I ask the people of Sorrento, please do not let your guard down. Please stay at a readiness level that you are. We appreciate your cooperation, and that's all I have for the Town of Sorrento.
All right, again, we'd like all residents in Ascension Parish to remain vigilant, follow all public action statements and warnings from all of the first responding agencies, and follow mainstream media, all the press, mainstream media and social media. All of our sandbag locations are located on our Facebook page, on our website. And again, we want to remind all citizens in Ascension Parish that if you feel that you have a medical condition that may require assistance, if you lose power, call 450-1200, 450-1200, and make sure that you get registered for a medical special needs registry, and just the operators there will be willing to assist you. Again, so remain vigilant, and we'd like to open this up for any questions that you may have of the Unified Command. Any questions? All right, if we have no questions, this concludes the press conference. Thank you so much for the service that you're providing to our residents. Thank you.